Gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any materials produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present Girls vs. Ghost Media's The Dr. Gina Show with Gina Marie. Gina is a psychic medium and an intuitive counselor who has a bachelor's degree in psychology, master's degree in counseling, and a doctorate degree in occupational therapy. The Dr. Gina Show is live on Spreaker every other Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific, right here on Paranormal Buzz Radio. Here's your host, Gina Marie.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Dr. Gina Show. Tonight we will talk about intuition. If it's your first time listening, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to the pre-recorded version, thank you. I want to thank my producer, Shay, and Matt for hosting the show. And you can always find us at Paranormal Buzz Radio on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So tonight's show is about intuition. I got a lot to talk about. And if you're following my social media, you know that I am a big cat person. So I'm in my house in Jersey, and one of the stray cats that I have tamed, and he's now in here. So if you hear this little motor sound, he is purring really loudly, sitting on my lap. So that's the cat. His name's Shady. So if you're following me, Shady's inside. So he'll be joining us for the show. Remember that we always have chat. Chat is open, and Shay is on chat, so you guys can just post on the chat. It's an interactive chat. You can just type in, say hello, let us know who's listening, and always, probably 20 minutes before the show ends, I bring Shay on, and we do interactive chat. So in interactive chat, that means you can type in questions, anything about tonight's topic of the show, and I will either channel that through the council, my higher self, or, regular Gina will answer the question depending. But interactive chat, you guys can even ask questions and chat with each other if I'm not actually participating in chat yet. But use chat because everybody that's listening to the show, it's all like-minded people. So you can learn from other people that are listening, and everyone has the input. And whatever I'm channeling or my input might be different from other people's. Everyone can have their own opinion. So that's one reason we use chat. So let's get interactive with it because it's really a fun thing to do, and I like to see your comments after the show. So please use chat if you can. All right. So I want to talk about intuition. And everyone has a different definition of intuition. So a different definition meaning people will be like, oh, I don't have intuition. A lot of my clients will be like, well, I can't do what you do, Gina. I can't do what you do. But I try to tell people, okay, everyone's like, I don't know. So even me, one of my friends, my friend Amira, she was my client for a long time, and she became my cat sitter in New York when I'm not there. But she was always my client. So I would only see her, professional settings with a session. And anyone that knows who does readings with me or is my client right before I'll do a session, I do my whole protection and I get ready to do a session, and probably 70% of my sessions I'm channeling, talking to spirit. And then, 30% you got me, Dr. Gina, who is using a lot of my clinical experience. But you don't really know regular Gina. So my cat sitter, who's now, become my friend, she's been going through some things with me, and, because she gets to see regular Gina, I call it. She's like, you're like Gina from the block. So I'm like, I am so regular Gina. Like, yes, I'm a psychic, I'm a medium. I am. I have a lot of, abilities or whatever you want to call it, but I'm still regular Gina, and kind of like this, Gina from the block thing, because if you know me, I am being regular Gina in life, and even my friends will be like, well, what do you think, Gina? What do you think? And I'm just like, listen, if you're talking to regular Gina, I tell my clients this, they'll text me in between sessions, they'll be like, what do you think of this? I'm like, you're just talking to, now I'll coin the term Gina from the block. Like, Gina from the block is like, fuck him, fuck this, fuck that. I don't know, I'm not talking to spirit. I'm not looking at energy. I'm just me. And so my intuition at times, if I'm just regular Gina from the block, it's screwed up because I'm accusing people of stuff. My human mind's going crazy. I'm like, I start feeding off things. I've made up stories that didn't happen. Like, I'm 5 steps ahead of a story that I've made up that is so crazy because I'm not in channel mode. So my intuition can be screwed up when it comes to myself. And I'm like, well, how do I fix that? Well, everyone's like, you just have to meditate, Gina. And I never really believed in meditation, but I totally believe in it. So now when I want to talk to my higher self, I do meditate, and I'm able to hear spirit, much more clear than when I'm just regular Gina from the block, all crazy. So this is good for people that, maybe you're not a psychic medium, but you do have intuition. Everyone's got intuition. Everybody has it. So can I teach someone to be a psychic medium? I was definitely born this way. I can help people to their ability, but it's just like, can someone teach someone to be a famous tennis player to their ability? That, you can only learn to what it is your ability is. Can you be the best to your ability? Yeah, you can be the best tennis player to your ability, the best basketball player, football player, but there are people that definitely exceed in different areas for sure. But again, everyone can most likely, most people can play some type of sport and you're not going to excel at it. So most people can use their intuition, their psychic ability, mediumship, but then some people, might not be able to. It's just a degree, just like anything else there is, like anything. But to be the best of your ability at using your intuition is better than, not being it, or to have to, have sessions with me all the time. And I do have people that have sessions with me every day. I have sessions with me twice a day, and I have my own psychic medium friends who I will call up and run things by. And a lot of times when I'm in session with them, I'll just start being like, no, that's not what happened. And then I get my own answers anyway because I'm in session with them, and they kind of just like let me talk, and it's kind of like I get my answers, but because I'm talking to them, it kind of helps me for some reason. I don't know why. So I kind of just call them, I guess, sometimes just so I can get my own answers. But intuition, to explain it, it's kind of just like that feeling, that burning feeling. And I remember when it would first get me, of course, always, again, I've had these abilities, but my intuition is different than my psychic or my mediumship. My intuition is like something that goes, something's not right here, Gina. Something's not right. And then I'm like, I get this off feeling, or like I can hear people's thoughts. Yeah. So I try to tune it off because I walk into the room, I know exactly what everyone's thinking. I don't live by this, so like all my friends are probably like, she knows what I'm thinking. Yes, I do. If I wanted to, I know exactly what you're thinking. I just turn it on, but I don't turn it on. It makes me uncomfortable. I start hearing what people are thinking, saying, and I kind of shut it off, but I do. I know what people are thinking and saying for sure. But intuition, again, is different. It's kind of just like, you feel it. So I kind of chose this topic because this week, I chose the topic kind of last minute. I sent it to Shay. But this week for me, I swear, in my whole life, I've never had such a twilight zone of a crazy week, starting probably last Monday up until today, which is Monday, and the situation's not over. I've never had such a crazy intuitive week. Ever. Like, I haven't slept. Everything has been like waking, like getting to me. This is what's happening, Gina. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. And then one of my friends, Rob, he called me the app because like there's this social media app, I guess, you find out who's like doing this or whatever it is. And I'm like, there's really an app? I go, I'm the app. I find out everything because my intuition starts telling me. And then, I have a science degree and maybe I just know how to do research, and then I find out the answers. But it all starts with my intuition. It's that little thing that says, Gina, something's not right. You all have it, It's that little thing. Something's not right here. Something's not right. And then you can call your psychic or your intuitive to check into it because you say, something's not right. And maybe you just don't have that ability to find out yourself. You need a little help, whatever it is. But it's lately like, at least 3 different subjects I've been hearing in my head. Gina. And then sure enough, I looked into 3 of these subjects in particular that I'm talking about, definitely. And all 3 of these subjects, I found out something. 3 different subjects. And they all involve, I can't say friends. A few of them were acquaintances and a couple of them were friends. And I found that out, and it was so disappointing. I didn't want to believe it, but my intuition kept saying, Gina. And that's how you guys will know, because you're just like, something's not right. And that's when you have to take it to the next level and, call your psychic medium or, do your research, do some uncovering yourself. But it's that little thing. And if anyone's in chat now, just like write down some explanations. We'll talk about this again when I bring Shay on, but tell me some of the things that you found, like let all the listeners know, like what is it that triggers your intuition? Ask yourself, what is the time that my intuition said something? And here's the thing with intuition. So I'll get this little thing, Gina, da-da-da-da-da-da, about my regular life, right? Gina, da-da-da. And I'll say, man, I need to find this out. And all I have to do is say, I need to find this out. And if you know me, and you're my friend, as soon as I say I need to find this out, the whole universe moves for me to find it out. The things that I've found out when my intuition has kicked me, the way I found them out would be mind-blowing. Like, I swear, I'd find something out, and then all of a sudden, like, this person would tell me this friend of a friend of a friend and send me a picture of this, and I'll get an inbox from somebody. Like, the universe moves. As soon as my intuition kicks in and I want to know, I find out. So, you guys do that. As soon as you have that little intuition, you start saying, I need to really find out. The universe opens things up and gives you whatever it is you need to find out. Like, I'm sitting here right now, Monday night. I'm telling you, watch it. Monday night, my intuition started, right? Then I had to do some research and I found things out, right? I know right now, this day, everything that I have found out is going, the universe will let this happen. The whole story is not completely clear yet, but my intuition is clear enough to know, I know bits and pieces of things, that pretty soon this whole story will write itself out like a clear book, and it won't be long. But it all, again, starts with that little intuition. Then you start asking for things. And all of a sudden, the whole story, whatever that intuition started out, it's all going to be laid out for you. Don't you worry. It's all going to be written out. But it starts with that little bug, that little intuitive bug that just won't, like for me, sometimes I wake up in the night and I'm like, that's not right. And I remember being young, teenager, young, and my grandmother who raised me, and I would walk by her bedroom sometimes, and she'd be in there like talking to herself, and pointing the finger and going, and it would be like late because I would get in like, young, I was a bad kid, so I would be out late, 2, 3 in the morning. And I would come, and sometimes she would be up just talking to herself, like, and having conversation, I thought. And I thought, well, fucking grandma, that's the first sign of, like, say you're talking to yourself. But she would have full-blown conversation. And here I am, right? And I find myself doing the same thing. I wake up at night, just like she did. I sit in the chair and I start saying, okay, I start talking. I'm going, motherfucker, okay, motherfucker, I know what you're doing. And I find myself doing the same thing that she did. And I'm pointing the finger and I say, look at me. I'm just like her now, because things start to bug you and you start talking it out. And you're like, okay, little motherfucker, I see what this is. And I find myself doing the same thing because it's your intuition. And then all of a sudden you're having a chat with your higher self. And you're like, this, and this. And all of a sudden the answer will come and you're like, yep. Then, you do your research, whatever it is. You have to call your psychic, your medium. You do whatever you have to do. Sit in the car outside of a house, whatever it is that, you feel you need to do to get your information, whatever moves you from the first scope of the intuition. And you get your answers. You get it. But it starts with that. But Grandma, I look back and I say, God, I get it. I get why you used to sit up and talk to yourself and point the finger and have like that whole conversation. I'm like, I so get it. And my grandma used to smoke cigarettes. She smoked Pall Mall Red. And I remember she would get the tobacco and I would see her talking to herself, smoking her cigarette, getting the tobacco off and just talking, just having those conversations with her higher self. Now I know, like intuition. But back then when I was a teenager, like I just thought she was nuts, man. She was talking to herself. She's nuts. But I got it. She would always tell me things. Again, back then I remember her saying, she would talk about like her friends. Like I knew different ones of her friends when I was younger. And she did have one really good friend, Pauline. And I remember Pauline. And most of the friends she would have, like they would say they wouldn't last long, or she wouldn't have like that many friends, and there'd be like that one was gone, or this bitch or that. And I never got that. But hey, now I so get it. Like I have a handful of friends that like I would trust in. I'm a very, very loyal, good friend to someone. If I let you become my friend, it's one of those things where you're my friend. But, there's different things where you can have these testing zones for friends. You're not really sure. And then they either prove themselves or you're just like blown away that they are really this horrible person. But your intuition will tell you. Like it's always told me from when I was younger, I'll just be like, man, I just remember being in high school one time and this girl, Chris, I was hanging with this girl, Chris, this girl, Janet, and this girl, Kim. Like we were kind of all hanging out. And I was telling Janet, man, Chris and Kim, I know they're doing this, and this. And she'd be like, no, you're wrong. But my intuition was like, no. This, and this. And she's like, oh, Gina, you're wrong. They're not this. And of course, like everything I said they were doing all played itself out to be true. And you might be saying, no, that's because you're a psychic medium. But it doesn't matter that I was, because it all started out with that intuition. Then I might have taken it to the psychic mediumship level. But we all have that intuition. So once you get that intuition, again, maybe you're not a psychic medium, but you can take it to, I have this intuition. You do your research, whatever it is. You ask your friends. You do whatever you have to do. Sit outside in the car, again, like wear a fucking mask and go to a bar, or whatever you got to do. But you first get that intuition, and then you got to take it to whatever level you have to do to find out from there. But even with me, like it all started with, I have a feeling. This is what's going on. And this last thing that's going on here, it started with me like, I have a feeling this isn't, and again, my story hasn't played itself out yet. I don't know the exact details of how it's going to play out yet, but I pretty much have an outline written of what my intuition believes and how it's going to play itself out. But again, this will be something that to be continued, but it did start with that little bug, that little Gina. And sometimes, again, it might wake you up at night and you wake up, and it's good to have like a little journal next to your bed, like a pen and a paper, and you wake up and you're just like, this is what's going on, and you just write it down and then follow through with whatever you believe your intuition is. And your intuition definitely screws up when you're putting your brain in it, because your human brain has the subconscious mind. It's all programmed with a lot of shit sometimes from life and experiences. So you kind of try to shut that subconscious mind off kind of And again, growing up, I remember behind the toilet in the bathroom, my grandma had this little plaque. It says something about quiet the mind and hear the answer, quiet the mind. And I just thought, you know, I like the shells on that picture. At the time, it made no sense to me. But now that sign makes so much sense. Like, you got to shut down that subconscious mind. You have to turn off your thoughts so that you can listen to your intuition, because the mind is going, my mind does it, you know. It goes, this fucking bitch, this fucker, this no good son of a bitch. You know, my mind goes there right now, but I have to shut it off. And one of my really good friends, Rosanna, she was just helping me this week, and she was telling me, like, calm down, Gina, take a few breaths before, because I'm like, oh, fuck this, man. I'm calling this fucking bitch, this motherfucker, like, I'm ready to kill somebody. And she, like, talked my mind down, like, let your mind think. You're 20 steps ahead of time. Like, this is what you have to do. So that intuition could be, you got the intuition, like I had the intuition, but I'm taking it to the point of, like, putting someone in a fucking guillotine and choking them out, you know, before I figure out exactly what happened. So it's get the intuition, but don't overreact on it. Like, take your breath, meditate, like, talk to your higher self, call your psychic, call your medium, like, figure out what the next step is. Don't overreact. And believe me, it's trying, because my intuition was just like, this motherfucker and this fucking, like, I want to just react, but I can't, because it's just started with the intuition. I don't have the whole story played out. Right now, I have the whole story played out. I know exactly what happened. Like, I'm able to use my psychic mediumship to find out. I now know exactly what happened. But at that moment, oh no. And guess what happened at that moment? This is, like, everyone knows me, knows, like, I'll blow out anything electrical. When I get upset or crazy, like, I blew out cars, batteries. Like, if I'm upset, I blow electric shit out. Like, I've ruined computers, phones, nothing left with me if I get aggravated and upset. So when I found this out, it was like 11 o'clock, something around. It was nighttime, late. And I picked up my phone to call this person. I was fucking going to call, right? Because my intuition started talking like my grandma to myself. And I had the whole story, which was wrong at the time, really. It was a little off because I was freaked out, my intuition, and I took it to the subconscious mind. So I picked up my phone to call, and my phone died. I was like, the fuck? You know, but obviously my phone went through. Definitely the person saw I called, right? But my phone died. So I literally had 4 chargers. 4 chargers at 11 at night. Not one charger would charge this phone. Nothing was charging the phone. Nothing. I blew out the phone and 4 chargers. I had to wait till 9 o'clock in the morning for the AT&T store to open so I could go. And I didn't sleep all night. Couldn't wait to get to the AT&T store because my mind was going to call this bitch. I was ready to, but because I had that time and I wasn't able to call anybody, you know, do nothing until I got these phone chargers. And I went to the store, and the first guy that dealt with me was an asshole. So anyway, I had to go to another place because that guy was like, oh no, take your phone to Best Buy. I go, you know what? It's not the phone. It's got to be something else, because I knew I was, and oh no, your phone is broke. You did the phone. I said, no. I said, I need a special charger. I need some kind of supercharger or something. And I had my broken chargers. But he's thrown my phone, so I had to go someplace else. So now even more time went by, and I had to go train jiu-jitsu. So by the time I did get a phone charger and everything, it was too late. I had to get in the train to go to jiu-jitsu, and that's when I talked to my friend Rosanna. The universe gave me all that timing, because otherwise I would have called. I would have blew the whole plan that I had. I would have accused this person of things that really hadn't happened yet, even though there is things that are going on. But it would have been the bad timing. So that's how the universe slowed me down. So it just said to me, because I wasn't going to slow myself down, forget it. Like, that, I was off and running. So you got to be careful with your intuition, because it can take you crazy places like it was going to take me, but it didn't. It slowed me down. That's how it worked for me. But if you have enough power to control yourself and not let yourself get to that point, great. I didn't, So what happened was my ancestors, my universe, they had to do it for me because I had no control. Forget it. I would have, if my phone was working or any charger would have charged anything, without giving me that, 10 hours or whatever I had, everything would have been insane. I would have blew up on everything. I would have not been able to get the whole story. I wouldn't have been able to do the things that I'm going to be able to do now because it would have been the timing would have been crazy. And it started with the intuition. So you got to be careful when you get the intuition. And you have to know how to calm down to handle it and not fly off the handle. And if you know me, I have a really, 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 really bad temper. It takes me a lot. I do martial arts almost every day to try to work on being nice or not overreacting. This regular Gina from the block has just I have no tolerance. None, zero tolerance for judgmental people. It's one of the worst. I can't stand unloyalty. There's just things, unloyalty, I don't get judgmental people, liars, backstabbers. There's things that, and when you do any of those things, I'm off and I'm cursing you out. I'm just, probably ready to kill you, except for, I don't want to get arrested. So I have to control myself from that, trying to smash someone, which I've done plenty of times. But it's just trying to control my temper, trying to really work that out because my intuition is very strong. And again, I can hear what people are thinking. And it's kind of a blessing and a curse to be where I'm at, to be able to know so much and know what people are doing and thinking and know their moves. And they can tell me, oh, that's not true or this. But you know what? You can never tell me that. I know exactly what happened. I always do. I'm that's never going to work with me. You can, oh, you're crazy. That's just crazy. Gina, you're acting irrational. Gina, different guy that a relationship that I was having. Oh, that's insecure. Gina, you know what? No, asshole. It's right because my intuition said this. And you try to make me insane and think that, oh, maybe I'm wrong. But it doesn't last because then my intuition kicks in and says, oh, no, this fucker's lying. But you just got to learn how to read that sign and then handle it the right way. You got to not overreact. And that's definitely, again, something that I have to keep coming back to. I have to check myself. So it starts with the intuition. And then from there is when you can really start using your psychic ability. You can use your mediumship. Or, again, just plain old research. You think your person might be cheating on you with Emily and down the street or whatever, and you have a feeling oh man, I have a feeling he's with Emily, and you know where Emily lives. I totally did this as a teenager. You get your friend's car, you put on a different hat, and you sit out front, and you just check out Emily's house. Anyway, that was when I was a teenager. Nowadays, it's much different. I'm sure people have different ways to do it. For me back then, and all of our friends, it was just check out the house. You know what I mean? That's what we did. But now it's probably more like a social media check, or there's different things that people do now. But again, when I was younger, it was more or less we had to actually go out and scope out the place or the apartment. Now it's more take their phone and see if their internet connects or whatever it is now. But when I was back in that dating craze phase, younger, it was always get in the car and use someone else's car and scope out that bar. Now you think they're there, and that's it is. But it has started with the intuition, and then again you take it down. I just remember too when I was living with one of my guys, when I was living with this guy, and I was a bartender at the time, and back then we had phone bills, and I just have a feeling something's going on. My intuition would kick in, and I remember taking the phone bill, and I was something's not right, and I would scan the phone bill to see who it was, and for me it always shows up. So he would always say he was I don't know, with his friend Billy Flood or whatever. So one time he called me and he was he's with Billy Flood. I had a feeling something's not right. He's lying. And back then we had Star 69. It was a home phone. And I just Star 69, and it was some go-go bar. I just remember, man, my intuition kicked in. I went around to that go-go bar, and there he was sitting at the bar. I took his beer, and I poured it over his head, and I go, listen, look at you here, motherfucker. I used to be a dancer. I was like, you wanted me to quit dancing, and you're here looking at these naked women. And one of the dancers said to me, because there was like a bikini bar, we're not naked. And I just remember pulling her fucking hair and like, shut up. And it was just like, it turned into this crazy fucking scene. I threw him out. I went home and packed his stuff. But it started with the intuition, right? I had a feeling something wasn't up. But, then you start investigating. You take it to that next level. Hey, I'm not encouraging you all to take it to my crazy level, because I had levels that were totally insane. Like right now, it wouldn't be. But when I was younger, my teens, my early 20s, like I was crazy. Like there was nothing holding me back. And because I had a strong intuition, nothing was getting by for me or on me. And then finally, that was like one of my first boyfriends. I was probably like 19, 20. I remember him saying to everyone, she's a witch, and, she finds out everything. And back then, again, I really wasn't even sure that I had this ability. But then I just remember, like, he realized, like, he's never getting away with nothing. And then every boyfriend after that would just be like, I don't know, like, she's this. And then it wouldn't take long to date me to figure out, like, holy shit, like, this chick, she knows everything. It doesn't get away with it. But it started with the intuition, and it would go from there. And sometimes, like I said, I would have to do footwork and actually go to the place or whatever I had to do, but it started with that little intuition. Okay, so I hope you guys are writing some questions in chat. And it's that time. It's 20 of, and this is when I'm going to do a universal reading. So if this is your first time listening to my show, my universal readings, I just use the Rider-Waite deck. It's a tarot card deck. And I do a universal message. So that means, like, whoever this message will resonate with, this could be for you. It could be for one person that's listening, could be for 5, 10. Whoever hears this message and is like, oh, my God, this is totally for me, then this message is for you. And I just do a little spread. I channel the message with the cards. And then I have a practice manifestation. And what that means is, like, in order to manifest, and we do a lot of manifesting, my clients and I, and if you're following my Facebook or my social media, like, I always work on little manifestations. And in order to get the confidence to manifest big things, you kind of start with small things. So after I give a universal message, I start with a small manifestation, and I'll tell you, what it is I want you to manifest coming into your world. And then all my clients will be like, oh, I manifested this and that, and they'll send me things. So we're going to start with the universal reading. So let me shuffle and see what we got here. Okay, this is very interesting. So, Wow. This is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to channel this reading and just take a listen. And if one of my BFF, Joanne, is listening, I think that you're going to get a kick out of this universal reading, so just take a listen. All right, so you've been trying to manifest different things in your life, and this is definitely for a woman because you're looking for that certain guy and certain attributes that you want him to have. And it's something, specific, different things that you're looking for, and you will totally get this. And it's not just like one guy in particular, like you're going to have like several guys that you're going to be interested in that are coming towards you. And it's been a while that you're even interested in anybody, but there's like 3 guys that are coming towards you that have like a lot of the attributes that you're looking for. And it's going to be like, oh my God, like I like this one, I like this one. There will be like, all of a sudden, like 3 guys that you're interested in, and you won't go from interested in absolutely nobody to being interested in these 3 guys, and you're just like, I don't know what one I like, but you're wind up like finding 3 of them that are coming towards you, and then you're going to take it down to like, I really like these 2, and you're kind of just like hanging out with both of them, and you're trying to figure out what one it is, and now you've got it down from these 3 to these 2, and then eventually you're going to find this one guy that will come from these, and you're just like, this is the guy. So you're really going to get like this relationship after like struggling with a lot of losers and different things like that. But you're going to have this one guy that is finally coming into your life that's like almost, he's like a real catch. And he really has a lot of everything you've been looking for and trying to manifest coming towards you. You guys are going to go on vacations, and you're going to just have like a best friend. He's going to be everything that you really wanted him to be, and you're going to have a really good, fun life with this guy. All right, so that's your reading, whoever that resonates with. The manifestation would be a red hat. So that means ask the universe to show you and bring you a red hat, and then when you see one, that means that you've manifested that because you wanted that to come in your world. Feel free to send that to my inboxes or my Instagram. I'm usually on that more than Facebook, but I do Facebook as well. And just, if you find that red hat, send it to me. That means your manifestation worked, and you can start small before we start manifesting bigger items into our life. So I hope you like that universal reading. And for some reason, I'm hearing this from Spirit, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to give an angel message today, and I don't even know, I don't think I've given an angel message in a while. I don't think. So, but they want me to give an angel message. So the difference between the universal reading and the angel message is, and I always talk about this, so just briefly, I'll just go over it. Angels come to you in life, right? When we're going through different hard times, like people, you're going through like something, and sometimes like an angel will come because maybe you had somebody pass away in your life, or, you know, you're sick, or, you know, you're just going through a breakup, or you really feel like you need angels, and angels are just waiting. They're waiting for you to be like, oh, God, I really need an angel. Like, I need some help. I need comfort. That's what angels are. They're pure love. And if you always hear me talk about this, like, I know this to be true. Like, I have my stray cat, Shady, who's now pretty much moved in when I'm here in Jersey. These animals, they're angels. Animals are angels. They come here with pure intentions just to give love. They're angels. So when you ask for an angel, sometimes all of a sudden you'll have like a stray cat show up, and you're just like, well, that's your angel. Or all of a sudden you might just have a dog that runs over to you and wants to give you love or something. These are angels. Angels come in these domestic animal forms a lot. Mostly, I'm telling you, they come with cats and dogs more often than anything, and that's how they show up to you. Or, you know, of course, there's angels in spirit. So you ask for an angel, you ask for help, they're waiting for it. There's like angels eager to come help you when you ask. They're waiting for you. Like, please, someone ask, because they want to do their work. They want to do their job. So this is an angel message card. So, and my angel Shady is here. He's so cute. He's kind. You can check out his pictures on my Instagram. So this message is for whoever this resonates with, okay? So let's see. Oh, my God. This is a great angel message, okay? This is saying that your angel's here with you, and what they're telling you is your angel's saying that you need to spend more time doing like hobbies. For some reason, whoever this message is for, it's resonating mostly with like gardening or plants, or working like in the garden, or planting, or spending time talking to your plants, or using plant therapy. It's like, take that time to meditate. Maybe you're not really a good meditator. So what they're saying is use meditation through like gardening or planting or that type of meditation, because you're lost within the activity. But they want you to try to take that time away to really like not look at the situation you're in, but kind of quiet your mind. And again, they're suggesting gardening for this. So, okay, so I'm going to bring Shay on, and we're going to look at chat and try to answer some questions. So come on, Shay.
Hello.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
So what do we got going on tonight in chat?
I had to do some shout-outs because sometimes I forget to do them for you. But we have a few new people in here, so I want to make sure I give some shout-outs. We have Carol Ann. We have...
Carol Ann, hello.
I always mess this one up. I know it's somebody you know. It just says M.I.
Okay, I think that's Mia, but I'm not sure.
I think so. I think that's what you said last time. I always mess it up. Of course, we have Lisa in chat.
Hi, Lisa.
We have Rena in chat.
Hi, Rena. Rena knows about angels. I think that's Lisa, Tennessee. But I'm not sure. But hi, Lisa.
Lisa Phillips.
Oh, Lisa Phillips. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it is Mia. Yeah. That's what she just said. Yes, it is. We have Mish. We have Mish in there.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle. Hi.
We have Joanne, of course.
Joanna.
Yeah. Oh, Joanna. Sorry. Yes, Joanna. Jennifer.
Oh, hi, Jennifer.
I'm scrolling quick here, so if I miss you, I'm sorry.
A lot of good energy in that chat tonight.
Oh, yeah. My mother, Deb's in the house tonight.
Oh, hello, Mama Shay. Hello.
Yes, we have Matt, of course.
Hi, Matt.
And I can't scroll back. We have Holly in there. Rebecca Williamson's in there, of course.
Well, hello. I love it. Hi,
yes.
everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate all your good energy. It's like so many good names I heard, and I know there's a lot of people who never say hi in chat. But
yeah, there's a lot of likes. There's a lot of likes, and there's people I recognize, but when they don't say hi in chat, I don't call them out because there might be a reason. Yeah. So, but they did like it. So,
well, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you.
Yes.
So do we have any intuition questions tonight?
We do. We have a couple that are similar in.
Okay.
First, I got to read. Where is it? Mia says the angel message or the red hat message. This is resonating with me today. Red hat, maybe that's why I lost my favorite black hat and I have been wearing my dark red wine-colored knit hat. So,
is she? She's wearing a red wine hat?
Yep.
Yes. Wow. That's super cool. So that reading, when I call out a manifestation, that reading totally would be resonated with you too.
All I put in chat on the red hat thing was phew. Good thing I'm not a hat person because I don't need a man.
That's so funny. Yeah. Not just one, but there's three coming.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have a few questions that are all similar. Do you want me to ask them all at the same time? Because they're really similar.
Yeah.
All right. One of them was from me. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'll ask all three, and then you can answer.
Okay.
I was going to ask if you thought, like mother's intuition, gut feelings were the same as intuition to some degree.
Okay.
And then they're so close, I want to ask them all at the same time. Hold on, sorry. There's a lot of chat tonight. Where is it? Mish wants to know, I get confused between a nagging feeling of intuition and obsession. When do I know the difference between intuition and if it's something I create in my mind? And the third one that's so similar is Joanna. Intuition versus insecurities. How can we tell the difference?
Okay, so let me start with the mother intuition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just remember, again, my grandma obviously was a psychic medium, but her intuition, she'd be like, I think da-da-da-da-da, whatever it was. And she'd be right on. And I'd think, holy shit, like, she's right. She knew. And again, she definitely was gifted. But it didn't matter. Mother's intuition. Hell yes. Mother's intuition about cats even. Like, you can tell. Mother's intuition about dogs, cats, whatever the mother's intuition is, it's even stronger than child's intuition because mother's intuition takes the subconscious mind away from the child, you know, whether that's your baby, your animal, or your child. So it's very, very strong. And that's why they coin it mother's intuition because it's actually stronger for sure. Yes. Okay. Did that answer that?
Yes, it did. Day? Yes. I only grouped them together because they were similar, so in case they were overlapping, I wanted to give you the choice. So.
And then I'm going to talk about them two, Joanne and Michelle, were so similar about the intuition and I did totally address this because like I was explaining for myself. I get that little intuition, and then I go into psycho mode, and I've created a whole story from the intuition. Like I think, give me an example. Like I say, oh yeah, it's been like he said this, he did this because I know that he did da da da, and I have a whole thing created. And there is, if I would have just stayed with my intuition where I thought this, and this, and I logically and rationally played it out, then I would have been like, I would have taken it. But no, my subconscious mind and my deprogramming from past screwed up life or relationship has now taken that intuition into a whole case scenario. So, yeah, you got to be really careful when you get the intuition. What comes next? Are you going to let your subconscious mind create a whole story? And even me, who has the ability to really figure this out, I let my mind take over, and I just, I've created so many things, and this is where even myself, I have to consult my psychic medium friends to be like, talk me down off this, let's work this out. And that's when I even look for professional help, because I can't always separate my human mind. Yeah, when I'm reading a client, I don't have my human mind in it, but when I'm trying to deal with myself and I have an intuition, I can create freaking mountains out of not molehills, so it is a very fine thing. It takes not only a lot of work, because no one's done the work, I've done it. I've definitely, but I still have that problem. So it's hard. It's difficult. I don't even have a perfect answer for that, because even this last situation that's just happening, before I found out, I had a whole play made up, a whole thing of exactly what happened. And again, if my phones didn't die in the chargers, it could have been disaster. But I had that time to just use the intuition to say and do what I need to do to get to that whole story. So it's about taking those breaths once you have an intuition before you create, just taking that time, like meditating again, doing your gardening, like this message from the angels, or doing whatever, calling your psychic medium, whatever it is you need to do before that intuition gets to the subconscious mind. So it's a tough little line there, for sure.
Yep.
So, do we have anything else?
We have it's kind of a statement, kind of a question, so I'll just read it and you can decipher. Lisa says, I've never had any insecurities, but lately I'm noticing some unusual behaviors, and when I confront it, it ends up in an argument, and we've never argued or fought before.
So here, let me just tell you, Lisa, what happens is, like, based on what you're saying, you've never had that before, but you're feeling it now. That usually means it could be something really, really small, but there's usually something to it, because your intuition's kicking in. You could take it through the subconscious mind and pull that insecurities into, oh my God, you created, but that intuition is telling you something. There is something going on for sure. But where you take it to is a different story. Again, you might need to do your meditation, calm down, do some research, consult a psychic medium, whatever it is you need to do. But when you have that itch, something's going on.
So I know you've mentioned meditation, but besides meditation, are there any, for lack of a better word, exercises that you could suggest to people, even everyday people that want to build up their intuition?
Well, here's the thing. No one has to build up their intuition. Everyone has it. That's not something like, I can help someone be the best psychic medium they can be based on, their abilities. If they have, any, I can take them. If they don't have any lineage of it or energy to be able to access that, I won't be able to. But if there's some point, I can take it to some point. But intuition, all you guys have as much intuition as me. I have no more intuition than any of you. That's something totally different. We all have intuition. So it's not like how do you work on your intuition. It's just basically what do you do with this intuition? How do you separate the intuition from your subconscious mind? And that, again, is just quieting the mind and listening to the heart, that gut feeling. But you can't build up the intuition. Again, everybody has it. Everybody.
So would it be building up your confidence in your own intuition to trust it and believe in it and follow it?
It would be to not let your subconscious mind take over.
Okay, gotcha.
And draw conclusions on something that you haven't really looked at yet. Again, you have to take it to, do some research, do some investigation, good old investigation, or again, consult a psychic medium, or take it. But once you get the intuition, go logically from there.
Great. That makes sense. I'm just double checking to see if there's any more questions.
Believe me, it's a hard thing. Even me over here, Gina from the block, almost killed people based on my subconscious mind.
It's hard to separate, I'm sure, for you. I mean, it's hard for me, and I don't have any gifts. It's hard to separate those intuitions from crazy girl behavior.
Yes. But I'm telling you, it's so weird that not only did my phone blow out, but 4 chargers didn't work. And then the first guy wouldn't look at my phone. I had to go to another place because and all that time in between. By then, the people involved would have had many, 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 many long phone conversations, and I would have blew off on everybody, but I didn't erupt on anybody. Of course, I'm letting messages go. People have ideas, but nothing has come out because I had that time lag.
Yeah. I'm never going to bring, when we meet in person, I'm going to hide my phone.
That's so funny. Everyone always my friends always don't touch my phone.
I was trying to find Joanna's comment. I believe it was Joanna that said, I hate when we're hanging out and my phone doesn't work. So.
I blew up computers. I blow shit out, man. I blew a whole car system. I was going to a mediumship gallery, and my car literally died on the road because I was getting ready to do the gallery. I was psyching myself up. My whole battery just drained. My car battery dies continuously. If you know me, you always know my car battery's dead all the time. All the time. I have a brand new car, and a few years old, and I go through 1 or 2 batteries a year. I blow them out. Wow. I drain the car.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It was Joanna that said it. She says, my phone has absolutely malfunctioned with her around. So, there you go. I thought so.
Yeah, I can't wear a watch. My watches, they never work. Never.
I've heard that before on Strong Psychics.
Yeah, I like the way they look, and I just get used to wearing one that doesn't work because it never will work.
Yeah. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any questions in here. They were all similar.
Okay.
But they are loving the angel message. They said it before you, as soon as you said you were going to give one, they said they loved angel messages, and then they really enjoyed the actual message itself too.
No, I don't even know if I ever given one before. If I
not on this network.
Okay.
And I don't remember on Blog Talk if you did, or
on
Girls vs. Ghosts. I can't remember. I think you might have, but I'm not sure.
And I got my little angel Shady. He's sleeping right on my lap this whole show. He's so cute. You guys got to check out my social media.
Yeah. Well, put your social media out there again, just in case anybody doesn't know it.
Oh, okay. It's my Instagram is psychic. Oh my God, psychic medium. Go to Paranormal Buzz Radio, and you can always find me on there because I see my site. It's psychic medium Dr. Gina, I think, and then my Facebook is Gina Marie.
Yes, I know the Facebook one. Hold on, I'm leaving chat. I'll look it up real quick. Because we're friends on different accounts, so I get confused. So I don't want to say.
Yeah, I deleted my whole regular Facebook, guys. Whoever's listening, be like, "Oh, did you delete me?" I'm getting messages. My Facebook was I just, like, I'm big on energy. We know I talk about that, and I clear shit out all the time. Like, I get rid of, like, I'll just get a feeling, I'll throw it away, like, everything, my house, my clothes, like, I throw shit away. I just say, I had a feeling someone was hacking into my Facebook. I don't know. I got this weird thing. I'm like, just delete it. Like, I lost everything, pictures, friends. I didn't care. It was just like, delete it. I deleted it. I still have my work Facebook, which, like, I'm not really big on Facebook, guys. I try. I'm not really big on social media posting, really, on my thing. Like, I'll post for my own selfish reasons for, like, I like this picture I was doing jiu-jitsu. Like, I post for that. But if I miss all your posts, I'm not, like, I don't really scroll and really get into it. I don't know. I try. I'm trying. I try.
It's hard.
It's not my, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. I can attest to that. All right. So on Instagram, you are Psychic Medium Dr. Gina.
Mm-hmm.
And you want me to give out your Twitter one?
Oh, yeah. I'm never on Twitter. I'm never on really Twitter or Facebook.
All right.
But,
so just the Instagram's the one?
Yeah. Mostly on Instagram.
Yeah, it's Psychic Medium Dr. Gina.
So thank you all for listening. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Matt, and all my chat listeners and everybody who engaged. Thank you so much. And we'll be back in a couple weeks. And feel free to inbox me any suggestions for my show that you might have, anything that you think I might improve, anything that you might have thought I did good. I like all kinds of feedback here. You know, sometimes I've had a very trying week, and I start to question myself a lot and say, like, because you guys know I work with kids with disabilities and typical development. So I've been teaching some kids jiu-jitsu, and, like, you know, there's always those people, and I just want to, like, the parents I love when they tell me, oh, my kids, like, all of a sudden they're doing so great. They're studying. Like, I like to hear things because I want to make sure I'm doing good, whether it's, like, working with the kids or, like, working with my clients. Like, I do. Like, even when you're in a relationship, you always want to know, like, I love you, you look good, you look beautiful. Like, it's not like you need it. People are insecure, but it makes you feel good, and you feel like things you're doing, like, you're helping people. For me, like, I want to help people. And when I'm in a relationship, I want to love somebody right. And if I'm a friend, I want to be a good friend. So when you get any type, this goes for all you guys out there. Like, give people in your life feedback, man. Tell your hairdresser you appreciate them. You know, you're the best nail person. Like, just let people know that you appreciate them, because even for me, like, sometimes I just want to know, like, am I helping people? Like, did I do good, whether it's with the kids and the parents or, you know, my clients or my show or whatever, my Instagram post when I'm, like, going off on tangents, like, did I help somebody? Like, I want to know. So
yeah, it's not insecurities. It's reassuring.
Yeah.
That you're on the right track, that you're doing what you think you're doing. So.
Right. And I'm not saying, like, I get a lot of negative fucking feedback.
That's why we need the positive, though, yeah.
Like, oh, you know, whatever it is, like, I start to wonder, like, everyone just hates me because I'm a fucking bitch, because, like, what's going on here? You know, so positive is good. So if anyone has it. I need it. No.
Well, I love you. There you go.
Well, thank you, Shay. I love you back. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening again. And I'll see you all on social media or in a couple weeks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hi, welcome to Metro by T-Mobile.
Hi, my dad is in serious need of an upgrade.
Yeah, my phone's a fossil.
He needs a new phone and a new network stat.
Well, when he switches to Metro, he can get an amazing iPhone 7 with HD Retina display for just $99.99 after ID validation.
Wow, $99.99?
Bye-bye, fossil.
Requires porting of eligible number not currently active on T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days with validation of ID. An independent database limit for per account/household. 32 gigabyte model only. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Celebrate the big 2020 with T-Mobile. Switch now and get 2 lines for just $90 and 2 new iPhone 11s on us. So you can take a portrait built for 2 with the ultra-wide camera.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, cute.
Hurry in to T-Mobile and get 2 lines for $90 and 2 iPhone 11s on us with qualifying trade-ins.
via 24 credits for well-qualified buyers with autopay, plus taxes and fees. If you cancel before receiving 24 credits, you may owe up to the full value of your device of $699.99. Contact us. Qualifying port-ins and finance agreements required.